Hello, beautiful human. I'm Zach. That is Anna. We welcome back to the studio a solo artist, a songwriter. Some of them, she's written some of the most iconic songs of all time. She has a brand new EP, right? This is an EP.
Yes.
But it is a sign of something so much larger. Really, genuinely, one of the greatest human beings and one of the greatest artists to ever walk this green, blue earth. Julia Michael.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
Are you kidding? Are you fucking? Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's been a really beautiful couple of weeks.
Yeah, like, what does love? I mean, what does a symbol of love like this feel like?
Oh my gosh, it feels so good. I have definitely been through a lot of interesting relationships. And I think after my last one, I was really like, okay, cool. Like, these are the things that I won't settle for. I won't compromise for. You know, like, at the end of the day, I want to be loved in the way that I want to be loved. I want to be respected. I want to feel supported. I don't want to be with someone that gets emasculated by the fact that I just am good at what I do, which happens to me so fucking often, and it's so sad.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. And, you know, I don't want to be with anyone that gets, like, jealous of my success. And I think I really needed to be outside of my own industry in order to find that. And my fiance,
Hey.
is just the loveliest and warmest, and, like, he sees me doing things and he gets inspired by the things that I'm doing.
Still an artist.
He's an incredible artist, absolutely. And he's just beautiful, like, absolutely loves me in the way that I want to be loved. Doesn't get mad at me when I get anxious. That's happened to me many times before in a relationship.
That just makes it worse.
It makes it so much worse. You're absolutely right. But I've had it happen to me more times than most. And yeah, he's just so patient and so loving and warm and kind. And it's just nice to come home to that, you know?
Do you feel like the best version of yourself when you're around him?
Oh my God, yes. And, like, you know, I could have like 4 or 5 days where I'm like, I feel like such a fucking Eeyore. Like, I feel so depressed and I feel so sad. And he knows that, like, physical touch and quality time are my love languages. So he'll be like, you know what are you doing tomorrow morning before work? Like, let's go for a walk. Let's go get breakfast together. Or he'll, like, hold my hand to fall asleep. You know, things like that where I'm like, oh, that just, it's like the little things that go such a long way, you know?
But that's somebody who really loves you fully and genuinely wants you healthy, right?
Yeah,
like,
and happy, and vice versa.
And this all
Big.
starts with a DM.
Yeah.
he DM'd you?
No, I DM'd him.
Oh, cheeky. Wait, fuck yes.
Yeah, I DM'd him in, like, 2019 because I had done, like, one of the covers for Inked magazine, and I followed them on Instagram, and every once in a while they'll feature, like, a new artist on their page. And so I was scrolling and I saw a tattoo that he had done, and I don't remember what one it was, but it was like this, like, hyper realistic with this cartoon, and I was like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I went to his page and I saw that he was in Paris, and I was gonna be there with my friends.
Yo.
And I was like, I DM'd him, and it was very harmless. I was in a relationship at the time. I wasn't anything other than, like, I want to get a tattoo. And I was like, I'm going to be there in March. Like, I'd love to get a tattoo, you know, and went there with my friends. It was, like, the start of the pandemic, March 2020. And we're, like, trying to figure out if we should still go. My friends are like, no, they're saying it's, like, the flu. Like, and, like, we don't know. We don't know what's happening in the world. And we get there. Everyone seems kind of normal. But then we're seeing all this stuff about people dying. And it's starting to get really chaotic. And so I ended up just not going. I just ghosted him. And, like, never really talked to him again.
Whoa.
And then when my ex and I broke up, I was going to New York with my mom to just have, like, some time together. We don't really get to do that very often, and so we were going on a little trip together, and I was scrolling, and I saw he was going to be doing a residency in New York, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, now's the time, like, finally. And luckily he was really nice and he answered. And I was like, let's text, because, like, DM is stupid. And we started talking, and the conversation was just, like, really nice. And I was like, when's your birthday? And he was like, are you asking for my sign? Ha ha ha. He was like, I'm a Scorpio, November 13th. I was like, that's my birthday. I was like, that's so weird. And I was like, this motherfucker just, like, looked up my birthday online and, like, is just being silly. And sure enough, we had the same birthday. And I was like, do we look alike too? Like, I didn't even know what he looked like. I was like, do we look alike too? Ha ha ha. And he, like, sent me a picture of himself, and I was like,
Hello.
Hi. And then we started talking, and then we basically just didn't stop talking after that. Been together ever since, basically.
Wait, that's wild. Two
Yeah.
Scorpios on the same exact day.
Yeah, different year, but same day.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I'm really glad that I met him when I did, because if I would have met him while I was in a relationship, he would have just been, like, homie territory for me. Like, when I'm in a relationship, all I see is the person that I'm with. Like, I don't give a fuck about anybody else. And so I would have got the tattoo, and I wouldn't thought anything of it. I would have been like, yeah, cool. Like, see you later, bro. Like, all right, like, bye. So I'm really grateful that I met him when I did.
How'd you know, though, when it was time to, like, I don't know, like, see something other than that person you were in a relationship with?
Once it was over.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Once it was over, I was like, okay, cool. Like, and to be honest, when I met him, I wasn't looking for anything serious. I was not even...
Not a husband, a fiance?
I was not even close. And when I was coming back home, I was like, that was really nice. Like, I really, like, enjoyed our time together. And he was like, why does this sound like goodbye? I'm like, well, you live in France. I live in LA. Like, this is never, ever gonna be anything. And the next week, he flew out to LA to be with me for a week. And I think it was just, like, the persistence and the dedication to, like, get to know me, even though we lived hundreds of miles away from each other. I was like, okay. Like, I'd never really had someone do that, like, show up for me like that.
So much of love is showing up.
Yeah. It's so nice.
What tattoo did you get from him?
I didn't.
Really?
You never got it?
I never got it. Someone the other day on TikTok was like, what tattoo did he do? Or something like that. And I said, well, he didn't. I did him instead. Whoops. But we decided that we I think we're gonna get matching ones after we get married. So
wait, that's awesome. Is he gonna do it, or is there gonna?
He's gonna do it.
Wait, sick.
Yeah.
Are you planning a wedding?
We're planning a wedding. Yeah. Yeah. It's nothing like crazy. You know me. I'm not like a flashy person. I'm not like, I don't really enjoy being the center of attention of anything. So we are just going to do something really small and cozy and warm and just like close friends and family and call it a day.
Is it going to be in France? Here?
No. I think we're going to do it here. I think we're just going to do something small and cute here.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and call it a day.
Wait, that's amazing.
Yeah, I just want it to be like warm and happy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I mean, obviously second self this is a part of your second self, no?
Definitely. Absolutely.
This is I believe this EP genuinely was like the start of a second act, and this is a part of that second act.
For sure. This is definitely like, like my new label, doing it on my own. It's like a second chance. It's a second like chance to show that obviously I'm a very vulnerable person and I'm a very emotional person, but I'm also like multifaceted in my personality. Like I'm not just this like raw vulnerable person that is obviously like 75% of my energy, my personality, but I feel like second self is like giving myself permission to be like the flirty part of myself, the funny part of myself, the like the sexual part of myself that I don't really get to show, and I felt like I kind of wasn't like allowed to show while I was on a major label. You know?
Interesting.
You told us last time, I think we talked about it, that when Issues blew up, that people were like, that's who she is. This is the girl she is, and you couldn't show this other side of you.
Yes. Yeah, it became sort of like my identifier, I think. You know, and I like the song that you start with, like that's the way that people are gonna kind of perceive you, I think, you know? And I feel like that has like followed me. And again, I am those things, but I am also a lot of other things, you know?
Yeah.
I want to be able to do that and like not shy away from writing a pop song because I'm scared that people aren't going to like it because it's not me talking about my deep feelings. It's like I can talk about my less deep feelings and it be okay, you know?
Do you care to have an identifier moving forward, or is it just...
No, I don't. I just want to write things that I love, and even if they aren't relatable to some people because they don't relate to their feelings in that moment, doesn't mean that they won't relate to those feelings in a different moment. You know what I mean?
Real.
Just because, you know, they might be heartbroken or sad now doesn't mean they won't be happy later or want to go out and be like flirty with their friends later, you know? And I like being able to have songs that fit those moods because I have been through all of those moods, you know?
By the way, there are like a couple definitions of like a second self could refer to a person who is, you know, so intimately connected with another that they've adopted many of that person's characteristics,
Interesting.
personality traits, or beliefs. It could also refer to a part of oneself that is different from one's normal or true self. But in this case, it means something that's unique to you.
Yeah, I think it means something really unique to me. I have definitely not adopted my man's personality. He might have adopted mine. He might have my anxiety now a little bit. He like doesn't sleep at night anymore. I'm like, sorry, babe, that's totally me.
Okay, you ready? Like, that's a very real thing.
Oh, for sure. Definitely.
I was just reading this study, just like super sidebar, super quickly. Dude, there's two things of rice, right? They like put rice in a jar, kept it sealed.
Okay.
Okay? One jar of rice. The class every day spoke positive affirmations to it, right? Mm-hmm. The second jar of rice, they talk shit on it to its face. The jar of rice that got shit talked, got abused and bullied, grew mold.
Oh, I'm sure.
The one that had positive reinforcement, the one that was loved and cared for, no mold.
Yep.
That's beautiful.
I've seen that with plants as well.
It's very real.
You have a garden, don't you?
I do have a garden.
I saw you posted about your garden the other day.
Oh my gosh. I've become a plant mom.
What do you got? I mean,
You want the full list? Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. People are gonna think I'm absolutely insane. In the last like year and a half, I've planted blueberries, mangoes, avocados, bananas, pink lemons, limes, figs, mandarins. Orange. Did I say that? Mandarins, figs. Did I say that?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoops. And then I just got like a little raised bed, and now I have mint, green peppers, red peppers, jalapenos, tomatoes, cilantro, thyme, oregano, sage.
Yo, Trader Joe.
You got the whole produce section.
I probably have more, but I'm not even like olive trees.
Oh, wow. Do you cultivate these yourself? No.
No. I just buy them and then
people
put them in the ground.
Yeah, people care for them.
Well, I like put them in the ground, but then I have other people. But I'm out in the morning like pruning and watering them and all of that stuff.
See, it's messed up. Like I tried to do this too, but I couldn't even get that far. Like I stopped. Like my tomatoes overran my hedges.
Nice.
Like it became a mess. And then I've only been able to successfully grow some oranges.
Okay.
And some limes, and then I moved a lemon tree and it died.
Oh, yeah,
and
I've been there.
Yeah, I grew 2 pears once, and then it never.
I'm so proud of you.
Never grew again. But I do get oranges, and they're pretty fucking good. But I do think that they are being like, propped up and very much like filled up by like my dog's urine.
Nice.
So I don't know like what the rule is on that.
So funny. I couldn't tell you. I'm sorry. But it's something that has definitely like helped calm my nervous system. Like, I love going out in the morning and watering everything and like, digging in the dirt with my hands and like planting things and just
It is literally
so
grounding.
calming.
Yeah.
So peaceful. I'll put on like a 60s playlist. I'll have like Peggy Lee going and I'll just listen to that while I'm like gardening.
It's mindless, right?
It's just the best.
It's like mindless yet fruitful.
I love being outside. I love like the sound of the birds. It's great.
I've gotten
so great.
I've gotten deeply passionate about my hedges.
Okay.
I water my
Are you
hedges.
out there like
oh,
snipping?
I prune. I water every day.
Let's go.
And I've been like very invested in its growth,
Nice.
Like there is something to like this
Are you
idea.
going to be
of,
like Edward Scissorhanding these like hedges?
I invested in these hedges like a year and a half ago and they really failed me for the first year. And I said to myself, I'm going to figure it out. We're going to work together for each other.
Nice.
And we've been figuring it out.
I'm so happy for you.
They flower, they combine, they're
meshing.
Yes.
They're
Building
intertwining.
a wall. That's it. They're fucking figuring their shit out.
That's so funny.
Wait, what were we talking about before gardening?
Music.
There was we were talking about your anxiety rubbing off on your fiance.
Yeah.
It is very real.
Yeah.
You do carry tendencies of the people you are around the most. Like you are the company you keep.
For sure. Yeah. I was hoping that I would pick up on his like patience and
Not yet.
It's not working
not
like
yet. We're not there yet. Hopefully soon. Sometime soon.
Has any part of how you write songs changed since like really getting intertwined with this human being?
No.
Nothing.
No.
That's cool.
I mean, I'm sure like topics have changed.
Yeah.
But not really in the way that I approach. Because my approach is always a bit different. It really just depends on the day and who I'm with or what mood I'm in. It changes all the time.
What was the last session you were in?
What was the last session I was in?
Were you in one yesterday?
No, I wasn't in one yesterday. I think my last one was with Amelia Moore.
Ha.
Yeah. I love her. We've been working a lot together.
She's great. I cry at work.
She's great. Yes, I cry at work.
She has orange hair.
Yeah.
She's very talented.
We did a few songs together, and one that just came out is a song called Spelling Bee. And we've been doing a couple songs for her album, and she's fantastic. And I just love her. She's so charming and just like spunky and fun. So, but yeah, like every approach is different. Every artist is different. The way that they want to write songs is different. The way I write songs about myself is different. So it just depends, honestly.
Can we talk about the artwork for this EP?
Yeah.
It's very, very, very poignant, and you're sending a message.
Yeah, thank you.
Down to like, I mean, the bruises on your knee.
Yeah.
Down to your eyes through the bottle.
Yeah.
Can you explain to me like really what goes into it and what you're looking to get across?
I mean, I really wanted the cover of the EP to represent like all the facets of myself. I wanted it to be silly. I wanted it to be sexy. I wanted it to be broken. I wanted it to evoke something in people. And Joyce Lee, who has done all the illustrations for this project, has been just amazing and just understands me and what I want. And she kind of goes about art in the same way that I go about my feelings. You know, it's a bit chaotic, but it's so beautifully done. And I feel like that's kind of me in a nutshell. I'm like chaotic, but like beautifully done. You know, like, yeah. And so I just wanted I wanted the EP art to really embody what those songs represent.
It's beautiful. It really is well done. Like,
Thank
it's really
you.
stunning. Like, I understand the EP from listening to this. Like, do you tell her, like, do you give her something to listen to?
Yeah, we give her some songs, and I give her some like references of things where I'm like, oh, I love these images. I would love to be able to have something that has these sort of like elements in it. And then she goes and does her thing. That's the best thing about what I do is like, it's very collaborative. You know, like I want people to have their own artistic freedom. I'm like, I can suggest, I'm like, you know, I really want to have these things, but usually she'll send me a draft and I'm not like, you know, let's do more and different ones and this and that. Like, for the most part, she'll get it pretty perfect to the way that I envisioned it in my mind. And I'm like, great, you know.
Are you as collaborative as it relates to making the music for your own stuff?
Yeah, for sure. I don't produce. I can't produce anything. And so definitely let producers have artistic freedom as well. There'll be things sometimes where I'll be like, oh, I don't really like this beat or this horn, or maybe we could try like simplifying this or something like that. But, you know, I let them kind of have artistic freedom with like sonics and the way that they want to carry it out. And if it feels right with the album, then I'm like, great. And if it doesn't, then I'm like, well, maybe we could just add this or change this so that it works a little bit better.
Can you have a great song that has shitty production but great
Yes.
lyrics?
Oh my God. Yes, you can. And you can also have like an amazing song with like production that just, not that it's shitty, it just doesn't fit the song in the way that it should. And then you'll have like a producer that doesn't understand what you're trying to do or what you hear and just like doesn't care to change it. And you're like, cool, so that song will never see the light of day because your ego is really big.
Well, that's what I'm wondering is like, who controls the fate of it actually sounding the way it should? It's ultimately the producer, right?
It's ultimately the producer. I mean, you could go like above that and re-record it with somebody else and then just be like, hey, you know, you didn't want to
take my notes.
You don't want to take my notes. You didn't want to collaborate, which is our job.
Yeah.
Then like, I'm going to do it over here. And like, you can obviously still have your percentage, but like, I love this song and it's not fair that this song can't come out because you are arrogant about your production. You know what I mean?
Have you seen songs or lost songs to that?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Uh-huh. I mean, I've been doing this for 15
Yeah,
years.
you write so many records, genuinely.
You know? And there are even like producers where you'll do a song with an artist and the song is good. The song is really good. And 2 weeks go by and you're like, hey, like, is there a bounce of any kind? Haven't gotten to it, haven't touched it. 4 weeks go by, haven't touched it still. It's like, hey, I'm sure you're busy. We're all busy. But you don't know this artist. You don't know if this artist, like, out of sight, out of mind, just kind of won't even remember or, like, won't really care if it's, like, not in their universe for a long time.
By the way, 9 times out of 10 a pop star's like that.
Yes.
I just hate to be
I
that
know.
guy.
Yeah. And like a lot of the times, I mean, I'm guilty of it too. Like, I want to live with it. I want to listen to it. I want to be like, okay, is this right? And then have time
And you want it quick
before
as
I go
possible.
and put out something to make sure that it can be as perfect as it can be. And it's like, that's a missed opportunity that we could have. It's like, if you don't want to work on the production of the song, you know what I mean? That's so frustrating.
The selection of the producer is vital.
It's vital. And you know, and the annoying part is this producer will be incredible.
Yeah.
Will be so talented. Like, truly. Like, and like, it'll sound like it's basically done off the board that day, but won't touch it after that.
Yeah.
And it's like, really?
So you have two types of people. You have somebody who is not necessarily gifted in the skill of collaborating and refuses to collaborate to get a great final product. And then you just have somebody who's really talented but has shitty time management and or
Shitty
lazy.
time management. I've had to do things. I'm not even joking. I've done this before. I when I wanted a song for my project done, I booked a session with the person to write another song, and I went there and I sat with him and I was like, no, we're doing this song. We are literally going to finish this song. I'm not fucking touching anything else. We're going to do the vocals. You're going to comp the vocals right here, right in front of me, so I know the shit is done. And then you're going to add your little bips and bops, and then we're going to walk out of here with a really great song. Great. Love it. Love it for you. Love it for me. Love it for us. We're going to go now. Bye.
It worked.
You have to. You have to do this sometimes.
But why?
It just is what it is.
Why is it always so much work on the songwriter?
That's
Jesus
a great
Christ.
question. It's so much work on the songwriter, and we get so much less than everybody else.
You get no real
so
points. You
fucked.
get nothing. It's like it's really a joke.
It's a joke. But we care. We just care. The bottom line is we care.
Speaking of producers, you worked with my friend of a long time, Mr. Pete Nappy.
I love my Pete Nappy.
He's the greatest person ever
He's the
exists.
greatest person of all time.
Yeah, he's.
How do you know Pete?
I know him. I mean, we know Pete going back at least now 10 or 11 years from when he was in the band with Samantha Ronson.
Yes.
What is it?
I forget.
Ocean Drive?
Something like that.
Let me look it up.
Yeah, give it. But he's one of the greatest producers walking on this earth right now.
He's such a great producer.
He's insane.
He's so easy to work with. He just understands me so much.
He's so calm, right?
So calm, and like when we did Go Fuck Yourself, he had these really cool strings that he was messing around with, and the way that I usually write if I'm not with another songwriter is I will sit there this is why you never see me in the studio ever. Like, there's no documentation of me writing in the studio, because I think that there's this like common misconception that like songwriters have like boards and we're writing like aggressively in our notebooks and we're like singing everything down, and it's just this like movie.
It's like
right?
an Aaron Sorkin
Yeah,
scene.
like it's like a fucking movie. But me, I'm literally for 5 hours. Literally.
But you keep it all in your phone.
All on my phone or all in my head.
Wow.
Like, and I don't sing a lick of anything until I have it fully like fleshed out in my mind.
So you're not even speaking it out, it's just all in your head.
No. And he just lets me, like, he'll just be fiddling around and then for like 3 hours, and then I'll be like, okay, I think I'm ready. And then I'll just go on the mic and I'll sing, and if things don't feel right, then I'll like kind of mess around, and like sometimes I'll write like the verse, the pre-chorus, and the chorus and be like, okay, that's good for today. We'll come back and we can finish the rest later. We can do like proper vocals later. But yeah, like for the most part, I'm just sitting there in silence. It is not a dramatic experience at all. It is so fucking boring to watch. You'd be falling asleep.
Yeah, but I have this like visual of you and Pete doing that. Like I can see Pete, like the last visual I have of him in a studio was like him like working in his like living room of his house in like some townhouse in Burbank or
we
fucking
work
North
in this
Hollywood.
little teeny tiny shack in Glendale. It's like it's smaller than this. It's so small, but I love it. I love that it's just like this little unassuming place that you would never even think of. When I first started writing songs, I would be with people and I'd be singing in their like hall closets. You like that's just and I loved that, you know? Like I don't typically enjoy the sterile studios. Like I love a house studio. I love like a little just like a little place that doesn't feel like a studio.
Vulnerable.
It just feels, I don't know, more real.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Your label is called Go Fuck Yourself.
Sure is.
What comes first, the song or the label name?
The song came first.
Really?
Yes. Chicken before the egg. Yeah, the song came first, and when it came time to name my label, I was just like, this feels right.
I mean, it could stand for
Good for you.
good for you, or good fiscal year.
Yeah.
Which I wish you many of.
The clean version is go find yourself.
Oh, interesting. Very different. Find and fuck, they're not synonymous.
Not synonymous, but I kind of feel like go find yourself is even more of a fuck you than go fuck yourself.
Totally
Kind of is.
You know what I mean?
It kind of is.
I like that, actually.
Maybe you just need to go find yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, that could either be a compliment or like, I mean, not a compliment. I mean, it's an insult, definitely.
It's an insult,
But
definitely.
it could be seen as a compliment, as like, that could change your life, Someone, if you lack awareness.
And I hope it does. If I'm telling you to go find yourself.
Yeah, it's bad.
I hope that it does change you.
Like, we're at a point right now where you need to do this.
You need
Like,
to, period.
I'm telling you because this is a vital situation for you.
Yes, please, go forth.
So real. By the way, the strings, the backing choir, is it a choir? Is it you? What is it?
It's me, but I think Pete is like a super freaky genius and figured out how to turn me into like a full AI choir.
Dude.
I know.
Of course.
And he'll try and like explain it to me, but like I don't like. It sounds like he could speak. He could be speaking like German to me, and I literally wouldn't understand anything that he's saying. But he's so enthusiastic that I want to be like, like yeah, like I totally understand. But I like if he asked me to repeat it, I wouldn't fucking know anything that he just said to me. But he's so unbelievably talented. And yeah, I think it was like kind of this cool AI. I think a lot of the like strings and stuff too he was making was like it started with kind of an AI vibe, and then he like morphed it and turned it into like his own thing. But
God, he's so.
I know.
You guys got to understand, like just do yourself a favor and just like search Pete Nappy, because he has produced so much music, so many hits. I mean, from like Jared Leto and 36 Seconds to Mars to like what he did with Ocean Park Standoff. But like he is so.
And I love what he's doing with John Bellion. It's
Yes.
just like so fantastic.
I want to flip a table.
Yeah.
John was here a couple weeks ago.
I love John so much.
Have you been to his place on Long Island?
Yeah, we wrote Heaven 2 there, actually.
Did you stay there?
I don't stay there.
Oh, yeah? You didn't sleep? I hear there's bunk beds.
You didn't get to have a sleepover?
There are bunk beds, but I like to be in the city. I never get to go to New York. And actually, I'm one of those weird people that really likes to be in a car.
Okay.
So
Let's talk about it.
I don't mind like a 2-hour drive to Long Island and then the 2-hour drive back. Because I like I'll be in the back of a car.
Yeah.
But I like listening to my headphones. I like looking out the window. I like seeing it change from this city landscape to this more like rural, like beautiful greenery. Like last time I went there, it was snowing. There was snow everywhere on Long Island, and
it's so beautiful, isn't it?
I love it. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I'm from 20 minutes outside of Manhattan in New Jersey.
Okay.
And I was just there going in back and forth, and that exact thing. Like you go from being so tiny on this little island to literally driving out and not only seeing the change of scenery, but to see New York City from a totally different perspective.
Absolutely.
And like just in the distance as you roll into this like what really is like a fucking forest.
100%. It's 100% a forest.
It's crazy.
I grew up here, but I was born in Iowa.
Oh, shit.
And I kind of moved there during the pandemic to
Healthy.
like be with my family and just like have the silence. And I was literally, it was like right when If the World Was Ending was doing really, really well. And I was like going to LA, and I was like flying and like doing like New Year's Rockin' Eve and The Voice. And then I'd literally fly back and I'd just be like in complete silence. And it was so nice. And so like having like, I love driving through places that feel like silence because it just like reminds me of that kind of time when I got to have so much of it and I never get to.
And by the way, like to experience such genuine silence after such genuinely loud noise, it allows you to process that noise in a whole different way.
Whole different way.
And like
it's kind of like touring too. You know, like you'll be on stage and there's like, 3,000, 4,000 people like screaming your name, and sometimes more depending on obviously the venues, but like it's like all of these things. It's like lights and sounds and people are crying and they're like giving you so much and you're giving so much and like it's just like so much, and then you get on the bus and you're like, whoa. Did that just happen? Like, is that real? Like, now I'm just like on the bus and like, there's nothing here. There's nobody here.
It's
like,
smash cut to isolation.
Yeah, like it's such a juxtaposition of stimulation and sounds and lights, and then you're just like it almost like takes your breath away when it happens. It's like those like cut scenes like in a movie where it's like lots of things are happening and then you like snap a finger and then it's just like there's nothing. It's a bit like that, But I've learned to appreciate the silence. I really enjoy the silence.
You do. You mentioned earlier that you don't like being the center of attention, and you seem like, I would assume you're a bit of an introvert. So
I am such an introvert.
So how do you have an extrovert's job? Like, how do you handle that?
Oh my gosh, Robbie Williams made a TikTok that was like, I'm an introvert that does an extrovert's job. And it is so fucking true.
Robbie Williams is so fascinating.
Fascinating.
I interviewed him the other day for the first time ever.
Fucking incredible.
Really wild guy.
Incredible. But yeah, I like to think of myself as like selectively social.
I like that.
And I think because I'm very empathic, I like, like you're coughing and I'm like, how can I help you? Like, do you need some water? Like, do you need a hug? Like, I'm like, my first thought is to nurture. And so I think like when I'm around a lot of people, my initial reaction is to just like take care of people. And I think that just comes from me writing songs with people and like always feeling like I have to take care of people's feelings. And so when you've trained your brain to do that for 15 years, you just kind of like think that like, oh, every scenario now is like you having to take care of other people's feelings. And then it just makes being social really terrifying.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, I don't think I can like be what you need from me right now. Like I don't think I'm capable of doing that right now. Right now I need to like be in my bed and watch like a 60s movie, and I need to maybe cry, and I need to eat like salt and vinegar chips, and I need to be in my own space. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is it what you think they need of you or what they actually need of you?
I think it's what I think they need of me, for sure. Because not everybody needs to be loved and protected and nurtured at all times.
They may just be saying hi.
Yeah, 100%. They're saying hi, and I'm like, do you need a hug? Like, what do you need? Take my money.
Let's heal every trauma you have. It's great to meet you.
Yes, 100%. And I mean, that happens to me on tour too, where, I'll have 60 people and they tell me these like really deep, dark secrets. And I'm like, I don't know how to help you. I don't know what to do with this. And my initial reaction is like, how can I? But I'm like, I can't help 60 people
a night. But sometimes helping is just listening.
I know. But then I don't know where to put it. I like harbor it.
I get it. Yeah,
you know carry, what I mean?
Of course, you're an empath. Yes.
Yeah, like
it's tiring.
I'm like, oh my gosh, that's awful. And then I'll like, even 6 months later, be like, oh my gosh, I hope they're okay. And there's even people still from tour that I met that had eating disorders or, like tried to kill themselves, where I still like every 6 months will DM them and be like, just hope you're okay.
Wow.
Oh.
Just letting you know that I love you. I hope you're okay.
That makes a difference.
It does. It's not my responsibility.
No.
But I care. And I'm like, I can't care this much for this many people. It's overwhelming. It's exhausting.
When do you find time to care for yourself?
I don't. Don't make me cry. What's today? Thursday. Don't make me cry on a Thursday today, Zach.
I'm sorry. We talk about what?
Well, can we talk about the story behind Go Fuck Yourself?
Sure.
Because it seems like you are I would assume you're in a very happy relationship. Well, so what's it like reflecting on past relationships to write these songs?
Well, I'd be in a better place, but you just have one of those faces that's so easy to hate. So good.
You know who I'm talking about?
Wait, oh my God, I do.
You know.
Wait, now it all clicked. And that's...
You know who I'm talking about. He's a very punchable face. Come on now.
Real talk.
Very punchable face. Come on now.
You made an Instagram or TikTok video explaining the song, and it was hilarious. You said, "I'm the only thing keeping him relevant."
Period. Real.
It's so hard to hear from him.
Oh my gosh. I can't even tell you how many people have sent me things.
There's like...
I can't. I literally can't. So I love you. So yeah, it was very it was a relief to write, because I definitely I wasn't going to talk about any of it. And then I decided it's my story too.
Mm-hmm.
And fuck you. You know? So here we are.
Good.
Yeah.
What held you back from talking about it in this way?
Just him having more attention.
Yeah, right?
Just was like, I don't want to give you any more attention. You're annoying.
And the way there is something to like, the mother of truth is silence, but like also like fueling one's fire. But
yeah,
you also have a story too.
I have a story too. I also didn't want to share my. I wanted to, I didn't have to share my opinion for like the reality to come out. Like, he kind of did that for me. You know what I mean? And it was kind of, I didn't want my fans to hate this person. I mean, I kind of did, but I didn't want them to have an opinion. And I feel like over time, it's kind of come out for itself. I didn't need to do shit. You know what I mean?
And that's the universe, by the way.
That is
truth.
the universe. You know what I mean? And then I decided, you know what? It's time. People already know. It's time now.
When you're writing those lyrics and you're in your corner, just like tapping away on your phone, and you think of a line like, "I want to be the bigger person, but I'm only 5'4".
Mm-hmm.
Do you kind of get like a little rush? You're like, "Oh yeah, I got something there. Yeah, that feels good."
Yeah, that happens to me every once in a while, where I'm like, "That's a good one," and I'll tell my man, and he just like, he's French, so it doesn't
translate.
Yeah, and he's not a songwriter, so like, if I were to tell my songwriter friend that I like did that, they'd be like, "That's really funny," like, but he's like, "C'est cool, yeah, okay, like cool," but it just goes right over his head when I write things like that. When Tate and I did Sports Car, I like shouted out, "We can share one seat." And it was like leading up to the thing, and I was like, "That's really good." And I went and told him, and he was like, "I don't get it." And I was like, "It's fine. It's totally fine. I'm gonna go take a bath."
But like, great song.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm obsessed with her, and I'm so happy that I got to be a part of that song and a part of that album. She's just like fucking incredible.
She really is.
She really is. She is like the real fucking deal.
Is that like what you see on stage? That level of professionalism, that talent, 100%. It's matched in the studio now.
100%. Like, she is a lyricist. She's a melodicist. She like knows exactly what she wants. We could literally be in the middle of something, and she's like, "This isn't right." I'm like, "Cool." Like, she will try anything. She is so down. She's like, "I'll try it. If it doesn't work for me, then like I tried it."
But that's
artistry.
But that's a dream for you.
It's a dream. It's so exciting. And like, sometimes she'll come in and she'll be like, "I want to do this, and I want to do that. Like, I want it to sound like this." And I'm like, "Hell yeah. Let's go. Let's try anything."
By the way, like, two things there. Like, one, her being down for anything, amazing. Two, her having some direction, amazing. Three, her having a sense for something when it's not right.
Yeah. That's
like the perfect artist for a songwriter to work with.
100%. And she, like, I'll see her mind going too. Like, when she's writing, like, I can see her do these, like, little dance motions, like, in her mind. And I'm like, We're on to something. We're doing something really good. This is exciting.
I mean, that's something that like is clearly something that still burns within you. This desire and like genuine love.
Oh yeah.
Of helping somebody crack their musical code.
I love songwriting. I love it. I love the fact that, you know, I didn't really know Tate. I didn't know her very well. But I love that we could be complete strangers, come into a room, we talk for a couple hours, and then we leave with a song. That's like, you know, that's sports car. And it's like, that's crazy. That's didn't
human
exist.
Connection.
Didn't even exist yesterday, this morning. And now we get to leave with this like really fun, exciting song. And now I get to leave knowing you a little bit more and knowing what you want to do and how you want to do it. And like, I get inspired by people that are inspired, you know, like if you're excited, like I'm going to be excited, you know, if you're kind of just there sitting on your phone and then I have to like try and do all the work, like that's not fun for me. I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to enjoy it as much as I will being with somebody and we're like going back and forth and we're laughing and we're like trying stuff and we're going on the mic and we're trying different things and splicing and dicing and blah, 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 blah. You know, and then we have a song and we're like, hell yeah, we did that. You know what I mean?
But like at the core of all that is like empathy and like this desire to like connect with somebody, carry what they're going through, unpack it all together, and then fucking build something from it.
Totally. I'm definitely an acts of service person. Like, I am there for you. And I'll say that with like new artists too. I'm like, however you want to use me, I am here. If you have a song idea and you know how you want it to sound and you know already what you want to say and you need me to just help fill in the blanks or you need help with structure or you have a title but you don't know how to go about it, I'm here. You know, like however you want to utilize this time, I can do that for you. I'm like a fucking chameleon. I've learned through the last 15 years of my songwriting career that everybody writes differently. And so I need to just adapt to the person that I'm with.
How does that approach apply when working on the song Time? Because that was written by Emmett Fenn, right?
No, that was written by me.
But you put him on. No, it was written by you, but you put him on it, but he didn't write on it? He just put his vocals on it?
He produced it.
Oh, understood.
Yeah.
Fuck.
No, it's okay.
Got it.
Yeah, so...
but you found him on TikTok, right?
I found him on Instagram.
Oh. Shit, I'm getting the whole thing wrong.
No, you're fine. I found him on Instagram. There was a song that he had done that I thought was really, really cool. And I reached out to my manager and I was like, who is this person? I want to work with him. I don't even know if he lives in LA, but I just love like his this like sonic bed that he like creates. I'm actually literally working with him tomorrow.
For somebody else or for you?
For me. And I had this idea for Time, and I wanted every single line to end with Time. And he started with these really beautiful chords, and it was the same thing. I just literally sat there in silence and I wrote the verses first. So wrote the verses, and then I was like, I love these verses so much. I'm not ready to like do a course yet. I don't know what it is and I don't want to force it. So I left and he bounced it for me. And every time I'd be in traffic, I would always like come back to the song and I'd be listening to it in the car and listening to it in the car. And one day I just like literally wrote the chorus while I was sitting there in traffic. And I texted him and I was like, all right, I'm ready. And went to his house, sang the chorus down, wrote a bridge, and we had a song.
Why was it important for you to give him credit on it like that?
Because I just love him. I think he's so talented. I just think he's truly an incredible artist.
Yeah, because like most producers aren't getting like, you know what I mean?
And I really wanted him to have recognition because I just think he's phenomenal.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
It's very cool. It's great when you can find somebody who's like new. Do you know what I mean? Or like not who's, I don't know, like that understands you.
I love new people. Like, I feel like they just, there's like a sense of just, I don't know, they haven't been weighed down by this industry yet.
They're not jaded.
Yeah, and I can like live vicariously through that energy, I think.
Yes.
And Emmett's a very special human being. He doesn't do your, forced creativity Monday through Friday where he's like booked out every single day, right? Like doing the like pop browns and all of that stuff. He doesn't keep a calendar. He doesn't do any of it. He doesn't like subscribe to any of it. And I'm like, then why are you working with me? He's like, just because I love you. Like, I love writing with you. And he's just like a really like go with the wind, like carefree kind of a person, creates when he wants to create.
When genius knocks, he'll do it.
And I really love, I love people like that because I'm not like that at all. I love carefree people like that.
Do you wish you were carefree?
Sometimes, definitely sometimes I do. I definitely think I have a little bit of a perfectionist nature, which I'm grateful for because I think it's gotten me here.
Real.
But I definitely see people that aren't plagued by their own mind, and I envy that for sure. I definitely, and I think I have a lot of friends that are like that, and I think I keep them around because I like to think that I can live vicariously through that like free spiritedness.
But the reality is, nah.
No,
but it's
no.
what makes you great.
Yeah, I am not like that at all. Not even a little bit. I almost have anxiety every time I walk into a room.
Really?
Yeah.
Coming in here?
Yeah. Well, not here per se, but like with a lot of songwriting sessions because I feel like obviously I've been doing this for a really long time, but I feel like I still have the expectation that I'm going to go in and I'm going to do something great. And obviously that can be really overwhelming.
Totally.
Especially with an artist that I've never worked with. I don't know what their expectation of me is. And so that can be really scary sometimes. And I obviously want to do a great job because if I do a great job and we have good chemistry, then hopefully we
all win.
Yeah, we get to do it again and again and again and have a really beautiful time together. But yeah, the initial like first walk-in is always scary. I mean, even with like artists I've worked with before, I'm like, oh my gosh, we did it once. Can we do it again?
Totally.
I'm like, oh my gosh, like the pressure and the expectation to do it again.
I was going to ask, call me when you break up. Were you nervous walking into that session? Because you've had so much success with Selena and Benny.
Yeah, I mean, always, especially with Selena, because we've done, Good For You and Hands to Myself and Lose You to Love Me. Like I've had more number ones with Selena than I have anybody else. And so, yeah, even when I'm with her, I'm like,
can we do it again?
Are we going to do this again? Should we just like eat nachos and like call it a day? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I always have this like fear that I'm not going to be able to deliver what they expect of me. And I think it's more of an internal thing.
Totally.
I don't think people are actually coming in being like, oh, she's going to like shit gold. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's an internal thing for sure.
But it is different. Like if you're a newer artist, I will say, like, I know firsthand that like people are going to be excited to get a session with Julia Michaels. Like if I'm a newer artist signed to a label, like, yeah, I mean, I'm fucking telling everybody I know because I'm shit excited. Because are you kidding?
Imagine how nervous that person is, though. They're probably.
Of course, they have to be nervous. They definitely are.
Can you feel people's nerves?
Yeah, I can. But I'm also not. I mean, I don't think of myself as someone that's like intimidating. Like I'm not going in the room and being like, okay, what do you got for me? You know what I mean? Like I'm not. I'm very much like a hey, like. How you doing? Like, if we don't write something today, that's fine. But, like, if we want to just fiddle and try stuff, I'm happy to do that, Like, no pressure. Even though I have lots of it in my mind,
But because it matters to you. Like, Genuinely,
Yeah, of
like
course.
I get a little nervous before every interview because I'm like, it matters. Like
It matters,
like
yeah.
things I care about, I get
sure.
nervous about.
Absolutely. I definitely care a lot. Yes.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
It shows.
Yeah.
By the way, you gotta listen to Second Self.
Yes, please.
It's waiting for you on Amazon Music. Get on over there. Maren Morris, Scissors, second collaboration.
Yes. Yep.
Great song.
Thank you.
Also, the visuals there, very Betty Page, eh?
Yeah, I've been a big Betty fan since I was like 17. I have pictures of me at 17 with the polka dots and the fringe bang and I've always been like a big fan of hers, and I've always wanted to, and we kind of touched on it a little bit when we did Nico, like the Nico era, when we did like Fallon. I didn't have the bang, but we did like some fun like pinup stuff, and then we kind of stopped because I kind of stopped caring about putting music out on my label, and then never really got to like explore it even more. And so when we got to start making all the visuals for the EP, I really wanted to have a moment where we got to do that. And Scissors just kind of felt like this like kitschy song that like would call for something like that. And I had all these visuals in my mind for it. And I called Blythe, who has directed all of the songs for this EP.
Blythe Thomas.
Yeah, Blythe Thomas. She's incredible. And she's the first person that I've worked with that's a director where I can be like, I have this idea and I have this idea and I have this idea. And she's like, cool. Like, let's figure out if we can execute it, or like if it's missing a storyline, let's figure out a storyline. Let's do this. You know, for like Try Your Luck, I was like, we should do boyfriend tryouts. And she was like, that's so funny. And then like helped build it out. But with Scissors, I was like, I want us to wear scissor hands. I want us to chop someone's dick off. And there was one more, and she was like, okay, what's the through line? And she like put together the through line of the story, you know. And I showed Maren the idea for the music video, and her and I have very similar like senses of humor. And so she saw it, and she was just like tears in her eyes, like laughing, and we had so much fun that day. And I also just love her. We get along so incredibly well.
She's such a gift.
She's such a rare person in this industry, I think. Like, I feel like I've seen a lot of people over the year talk about like women and like being a girl's girl, but not a lot of them really are. Let's just tea. But she is. Like, she really is just an incredible person. Like, when I was like really nervous when I sang with Zed at Coachella. She was holding my hand. She was giving me hugs. She was just like being such a mom to me, like, and just such a friend and like a sister. And she's just really calming. And just really beautiful, like inside and out, just a really beautiful person.
She is special. So are you. We could talk for hours. I got to say, one of the things you talked about the last time you were here was that you were trying to build a world, and that was what you were getting into, this world building, this universe development. And it's very much a world and a universe that you've built here.
Thank you.
You should be very proud.
Thank you very much. I'm so happy that I get to finally do that. I never got the chance to do that before. It was never in my budget.
And now you control the budget. So
now I control the budget.
Fuck yeah.
And you know, I have a really tiny team for my label, but they're so mighty, and I'm so grateful that it's so collaborative. And you know, I can call Blythe and I can be like, "Hey, I have this crazy idea. What do you think?" And she's like, "Let's go." And the fact that we can and we do is just such a relief.
Listen to the music, Second Self. It's waiting for you on Amazon Music. All the videos will put links in the description below. Jesus. Also, crazy. You're about to celebrate 10 years of glory.
Oh my God.
Your work with Britney Spears.
Wow. Has it been 10 years?
Yeah, it came out 2016. It's going to be 10 years very soon. A few months.
Oh
yeah.
That's crazy. Gwen just posted a music video of a song that we did together. She was like, can't believe it's been 9 years. I was like, what? I feel like the crypt keeper right now. Like, what do you mean it's been 9 years?
I mean, how many years has it been since? Yeah, we're talking about Gwen Stefani, by the way. How long has it been since Issues?
Almost 10.
Right?
Years. Almost 10. I think it was 2017. So,
January
8 years.
13th, 2017.
Wow.
8 years. That's so crazy.
Holy shit.
Time. What is time?
When I bring up Glory, though, what do you think about?
What do I think about? I think about all the time I got to spend with her. She was so cute, and we would like sit there and we would like eat hot Cheetos together. I remember the first time I got to hear her sing one of the songs. We did a song called Do You Want to Come Over? And we played it for her, and she was like, oh my God, I want to sing it right now. And I was like, okay. And she like goes on the mic, and I when I'm with someone, I'm like, we're human. Like, I'm here to just like help you with your feelings. I don't really think about the fact that like this person is Britney Spears, you know?
You're a vessel, dude.
And you know what? It only hits me when I hear them on the mic. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, that's literally Britney Spears. And I remember just like falling onto the carpet and just like kind of like melting into the floor, being like, what is my life right now? Because I think I had been songwriting for maybe about 5 years. And honestly, by that time, working with artists, maybe for about 2 years. So the fact that literally my childhood hero was in the booth singing this song was like so crazy. And it didn't hit me. Didn't hit me at all until I heard her sing. And I was like, holy shit, like this is crazy. What is my life? But yeah, no, she was so cute. I remember she came in one day and she goes, you know who I think is like really hot? I was like, who? She goes, Brad Pitt. I was like, yeah. She goes, I don't know. He's just like, he looks so kind of like dirty and messy and like scratches his head, but like he's just so hot. I was like, yeah, like he's so hot. And she's just like, her accent is so like endearing and cute, and like, I don't know, you don't expect it to come out of her mouth, but it's just like the cutest thing I've ever heard.
And her live vocal sounds like it's undeniably Britney Spears.
That is her.
Yeah,
like,
it's
people
crazy.
think it's like all heavily auto-tuned and stuff.
No.
No. That is what she sounds like. Like, we'd be writing these songs together. First of all, her pop instincts are out of here. Crazy. They are just so ingrained in her. Everything she sang sounded like a pop, like fucking #1 pop song. Like, everything. And that's just her voice. Her voice just sounds like pop music. It's incredible.
Because she is
pop
music. I mean, sound for it.
100%. Yeah. It's
crazy.
The coolest thing ever, I have to say.
I have goosebumps. Fuck. You're amazing. I can talk to you literally for hours. I just need you to know that.
I know, me too.
You're amazing. Second Self is the EP. You got to listen to it. It's fucking great. Please, link below. You good?
Yep.
Thank you, Julia Michaels, for being here. Really, thank you for your time, talent, and energy.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be back so soon.
I know, 6 months later.
Nice.
Please keep coming.
I know. I love it.
We'll be here.